You might not notice it at first, but as the years go by, some of the foods we once loved can start quietly taking a toll on our well-being. One morning, it's a touch of joint stiffness. Then it's feeling more worn out than usual after something simple like a stroll around the block. Before you know it, your memory feels a bit hazy, your energy levels are up and down, and your body just doesn't bounce back the way it once did. The truth is, a lot of this has to do with what we put on our plates. And for many seasoned adults, the real culprits, often hiding in plain sight, are sugars and refined grains. Now, I'm not just talking about obvious treats or white bread. I'm referring to the sneaky sugars and starches found in everyday items that silently zap your vitality, fuel inflammation, and can even accelerate the aging process. But here's the wonderful news. There are foods, real, wholesome, powerful foods, that can help you revitalize your energy, sharpen your memory, fortify your muscles, and soothe those persistent aches and discomforts. And today, I want to share 10 of the very best. These foods contain no added sweeteners, almost no refined carbohydrates, and they're bursting with the kind of nourishment your body truly yearns for after reaching your 60s. And let me tell you, number 7 on our list, most people discard it without a second thought, but it might just be one of the most vital foods you could be enjoying right now. So stay with me. This isn't just about what to eat. It's about how to feel better, move with more ease, and live more fully at any age. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear from you. What's one food your body just doesn't seem to handle like it used to? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. Now let's get started. 1. Broccoli rabe, your gut's secret weapon. Let me share something I truly wish I'd taken more seriously years ago. Broccoli rabe. That's right, good old-fashioned broccoli rabe, the same leafy green many of our parents and grandparents used to prepare so often. Back then, I never gave it much thought. But now, I see it as one of the most underestimated powerhouses we can consume, especially after the age of 60. Broccoli rabe is abundant in fiber, vitamin C, vitamin K, and potent antioxidants that support everything from your digestion to your immune system to your bone density. And here's the part most folks overlook. It has almost no carbohydrates and absolutely no added sugar. That means you get all that incredible nourishment without the blood sugar spikes or the sluggish feeling that often comes with starchy vegetables like potatoes or corn. But the true magic of broccoli rabe lies in how it nurtures your gut health. It helps nourish the beneficial bacteria in your digestive system, which plays a colossal role in how well you absorb nutrients, how soundly you sleep at night, and even how stable your mood is throughout the day. So, if you've been feeling bloated, fatigued, or just a bit out of sorts, you might not need a fancy supplement. You might just need more broccoli rabe. And it's incredibly versatile. You can roast it until it's slightly crispy, saute it with a little olive oil and garlic, or even add it to soups. It's budget-friendly, easy on your digestion, and powerful in ways most people completely ignore. If there's one humble green that deserves a grand return to every senior's kitchen, it's this one. Give it a try at least once a week, and your body will absolutely notice the difference. 2. Pecans, little powerhouses for your mind. Let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a room and completely blanked on why you went there? It happens to all of us, but after 60, it can start to feel a little more concerning. And while occasional memory slips can stem from many different factors, one of the biggest influences is nutrition, specifically what our brain cells are receiving daily. That's where pecans come in. These crinkly little nuts might look unassuming, but they are one of the most potent brain-supporting foods a mature adult can eat. And here's the beautiful part. They're completely natural, conveniently portable, and require absolutely no preparation. Just a small handful each day can do more than you might imagine. Pecans are loaded with healthy fatty acids, the same kind found in fatty fish, but this is the plant-based version. These fats are crucial for reducing inflammation throughout the body, enhancing cognitive function, and keeping your heart robust. And as you probably know, inflammation is the silent troublemaker behind so many of the things we attribute to just getting older, like stiff joints, mental fogginess, and low energy. Pecans also contain fiber and protein, both of which help stabilize your blood sugar levels and keep you feeling satisfied for longer. And the best part? No added sugars, Practically no refined carbohydrates, just clean, healthy fuel that your body understands. Something else most people don't realize is that pecans can actually help curb cravings, especially those late-night sweet urges that sneak in around 8 or 9 p.m. A handful of pecans with a cup of herbal tea can leave you feeling content without reaching for cookies or processed snacks. You can sprinkle them over plain yogurt, toss them into a vibrant salad, or even blend them into a morning smoothie for a creamy, nutty flavor boost. Or do what I do. Keep a small container of them in your pantry and just grab a few throughout the day. It's one of the easiest habits to form and one of the most rewarding. They may be small, but they are mighty. When you enjoy pecans, you're not just having a snack. You're nourishing your heart, your brain, and your future. 3. Kale, the vibrant leaf that renews your body. I want you to reflect on something for a moment. How many times in the past year have you blamed your age for feeling tired, sluggish, or low on energy? It's easy to assume it's just a natural part of growing older. But more often than not, it's not your age, it's your nutrition. And one of the simplest, most affordable ways to rejuvenate your body from the inside out is kale. Now I know what you might be thinking. Kale, that's sometimes tough, perhaps even bitter, green on the side of the plate. But trust me on this, kale is not just a side dish. It's one of the most nutrient-dense, energy-restoring foods you can possibly consume, especially after 60. Kale is bursting with vitamins A, C, and K, each performing a vital role for your body. Vitamin A helps keep your vision sharp. Vitamin C bolsters your immune system, and vitamin K is indispensable for strong bones and preventing fractures, which become more common as we age. But it doesn't stop there. Kale also contains iron, which gives you the oxygen-carrying power you need when you're feeling sluggish or winded after simple tasks. It's also rich in magnesium, which helps regulate blood pressure and supports your muscles and nerves. And let's not forget folate, which plays a big part in brain function and mood. And here's the kicker. You get all these remarkable benefits with almost zero refined carbohydrates and absolutely no added sugar. That means it supports your body's strength, mental clarity, and energy levels without spiking your blood sugar or leaving you with that dreaded crash feeling later. What I love most is how simple kale is to incorporate into your day. You can toss a handful into your morning scramble, saute it with garlic and olive oil for dinner, or blend it into soups or smoothies. It cooks quickly. Canned salmon is also incredibly low in mercury, unlike larger fish like fresh tuna or swordfish. That makes it a safer, cleaner choice for older adults who are mindful of their overall toxin exposure. Now, if the idea of eating canned salmon straight from the can still makes you hesitate, don't worry. There are ways to ease into it. Try mashing it with a little bit of Dijon mustard or mixing it with olive oil and a squeeze of lemon juice. Spread that on a piece of crisp lettuce or low-carb toast, and you've got a snack that's not just tasty, it's truly healing. You can also toss it into a salad or mix it into pasta made from zucchini or hearts of palm. And let's not forget, it's incredibly affordable. In a time when grocery prices are higher than ever, canned salmon gives you a huge nutritional return for just a couple of dollars. 6. Eggs, nature's complete powerhouse in a shell. Let's clear something up once and for all. Eggs are not the enemy. For years, we were told to stay away from eggs, especially the yolks, because of cholesterol concerns. But research has finally caught up with what many of us suspected all along. Eggs are one of the healthiest, most complete foods you can eat, especially after age 60. Each egg is packed with high-quality protein, and that's not just helpful, it's absolutely essential after 60. Maintaining muscle mass becomes more difficult, but also more critical than ever. Muscle keeps you steady on your feet, helps you avoid falls, protects your joints, and plays a big role in keeping your metabolism healthy. And the protein in eggs? It's exactly the kind your body needs to build and maintain that muscle. But there's more. Eggs are rich in choline, a nutrient most mature adults aren't getting enough of. Choline supports brain health, memory, and focus. So if you've ever walked into a room and forgotten what you were doing there, well, that's not always aging. Sometimes it's your brain calling out for more support. Choline can definitely help with that. Now, let's talk about the yolk. That's where the real treasure is. The yolk contains vitamin D, which helps your body absorb calcium and keeps your bones strong. It also gives you vitamin A, important for vision and immune function. and B vitamins that support energy and nerve health. And here's the best part. Eggs have almost no carbohydrates and absolutely no sugar. They're easy to prepare, affordable, and incredibly versatile. You can scramble them, boil them, poach them, or make a veggie-packed omelet. Add a little butter or olive oil, sprinkle with sea salt, and you've got yourself a meal that fuels your body and your brain. Now, too often, we look to fancy supplements or expensive health products to solve problems that a simple, natural food like an egg can help with. Think of it this way. Every egg you eat is like giving your body a little boost of everything it needs to stay strong, clear-headed, and energized. So please don't skip the eggs and please don't throw out the yolk. That's where nature packed the good stuff. 7. Extra virgin olive oil, liquid gold for thriving grains. Extra virgin olive oil has been a staple in Mediterranean kitchens for generations. And if you look at how long and vibrantly people in those regions live, it's no coincidence. For seniors especially, extra virgin olive oil is one of the most powerful and healing ingredients you can keep in your kitchen. Let's start with what it does inside your body. Olive oil is rich in monounsaturated fats, the kind that protect your heart and support healthy cholesterol levels. That's critical, especially after 60 when heart health becomes more of a concern. But olive oil doesn't stop there. It also contains potent antioxidants that help reduce inflammation in your joints, muscles, and even your brain. And if you've been waking up with stiff knees or aching hands, you know how much of a difference it makes to calm that inflammation naturally. Olive oil helps do just that, gently, consistently, and without any side effects. Now here's something many people don't realize. Healthy fats like the ones in olive oil actually help your body absorb more nutrients from the other foods you eat. So when you drizzle olive oil over your leafy greens, your roasted vegetables, or your wild-caught fish, you're not just adding flavor, you're unlocking more vitamins, making your meal more powerful. And guess what? Olive oil contains zero sugar and zero carbohydrates. It's pure, healthy fat that your brain and body recognize and put to work right away. You don't need a lot. A tablespoon or two a day is enough to make a real difference. Use it to cook your kale, roast your broccoli rabe, or drizzle it over a vibrant salad. I've even known folks who take a small spoonful in the morning, like medicine, and in many ways, it truly is. But make sure you choose the right kind. Look for extra virgin, cold-pressed, and ideally packaged in a dark glass bottle to protect its quality. It should smell a little grassy and taste slightly peppery. That means the antioxidants are alive and well. Extra virgin olive oil isn't just a cooking ingredient. It's a daily investment in your joints, your memory, your heart, and your skin. It's one of those rare foods that tastes indulgent, works hard behind the scenes, and reminds you that healing doesn't have to come in a pill. It can come in a simple drizzle. 8. Chicken thighs, the flavorful protein champion. Now, I know what you probably heard over and over. If you're trying to eat healthy, stick to chicken breast. But let me tell you something, from both experience and science. Chicken thighs are where the real value is, especially for seniors. First of all, they're more affordable, more flavorful, and often easier to chew and digest. And when you buy them with the skin on and bone in, you're getting even more nutritional value, something that truly matters when you're trying to make every bite count. Chicken thighs are rich in high-quality protein, and just like with eggs, that protein is essential for preserving your muscle mass as you age. Why does that matter so much? Because the more muscle you have, the better your balance, the stronger your bones, and the more freedom you maintain in daily life. Walking, lifting, reaching, all of it depends on healthy muscle. But there's more to chicken thighs than just protein. The dark meat contains more zinc and iron than the white meat, which helps support your immune system, energy levels, and even wound healing. Zinc in particular is critical for older adults, yet it's one of the most common deficiencies. And let's not forget the flavor. That skin, when it's cooked until golden and crisp, satisfies cravings in a way that bland chicken breast never could. And here's the best part. You don't need any sugar, and you don't need breading. Just a little seasoning, maybe a splash of olive oil, and a hot oven. You'll end up with juicy, delicious meat that supports your body rather than draining it. There's also something emotionally comforting about chicken thighs. They feel familiar. They remind us of home-cooked meals and Sunday dinners. And in a time when life can feel more complicated than it used to, meals like that bring a sense of grounding. So don't feel guilty for enjoying the dark meat. Your body needs the fat, the flavor, and the nutrients. In fact, after 60, your body may benefit more from that little extra fat than it did back in your 30s. It helps protect your joints, fuel your brain, and support your hormones. 9. Avocados, the healthy fat that nurtures you back. Let's take a moment to talk about fat. Yes, that word so many of us grew up being told to avoid at all costs. For decades, we were warned that fat was the enemy. Butter off the table, avocados too rich. But here's what we now know. Not all fat is created equal. In fact, some fats are not only good for you, they're essential. And one of the best sources of healthy fat out there? The humble avocado. Now first, let's clear something up. Avocados are a fruit, not a vegetable. But they don't taste sweet, and that's a good thing. In fact, they contain virtually no sugar and very low carbohydrates, making them an ideal food for older adults who are looking to protect their blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and feel full longer. What makes avocados so powerful is their rich supply of monounsaturated fats, the kind of fat that supports heart health, helps lower unhealthy cholesterol, and keeps your arteries flexible and strong. That's especially important after age 60, when cardiovascular health becomes one of the top things to monitor. But avocados bring even more to the table. They're packed with potassium, even more than bananas, and that helps keep your blood pressure in check. They're also a great source of fiber, which supports healthy digestion and helps regulate your appetite in a natural way. And let's not forget how easy they are to enjoy. You don't need to cook them, you don't need a complicated recipe. Just slice one open, sprinkle a little salt, maybe a squeeze of lime or lemon, and enjoy it right out of the shell with a spoon. You can spread it on a slice of low-carb toast, dice it into a salad, or mash it with olive oil and sea salt for a creamy dip. That feels like a treat, but works like medicine. 10. Wild-caught salmon, the brain's gourmet ally. If I had to choose just one food that feels like it was specially designed for older adults, it would be this: wild-caught salmon. Not the farm-raised kind that's often pumped full of chemicals and tastes like nothing. I'm talking about the real deal. Fresh, flavorful, pink-fleshed salmon from cold, clean waters. You can smell the difference, taste the difference, and more importantly, your body can feel the difference. Wild-caught salmon is packed with omega-3 fatty acids. And these are not just another health buzzword. Omega-3s are essential nutrients that your body cannot make on its own. You have to get them through food. And after 60, these fats become even more important for your memory, your joints, your mood, and your heart. Let's start with the brain. Omega-3s are critical for cognitive health. They help reduce inflammation in the brain, improve mental clarity, and support long-term memory. So if you've been feeling forgetful or a little foggy, salmon may be one of the best foods to help bring your mind back into focus. Now let's talk about inflammation. That stiffness in your hands when you first wake up, that creaky knee when you stand up from a chair, a lot of that is caused by chronic, low-level inflammation. And salmon is one of nature's most powerful anti-inflammatory foods. It calms the body in a way no pill can replicate. It's also a clean, complete protein source, which helps preserve muscle, repair tissue, and keep your energy up throughout the day, without any sugar or carbohydrates. Just pure, clean fuel. And here's a fun fact. The beautiful pink color in salmon comes from astaxanthin, a powerful antioxidant that helps protect your skin from premature aging. So yes, salmon doesn't just help you feel younger, it helps you look younger too. The best part? It's delicious. You can pan-sear it with a bit of butter and lemon, roast it in the oven with garlic and herbs, or flake it over a fresh salad. It feels like a luxurious meal, but it's doing serious work behind the scenes, supporting your brain, your heart, your bones, and your skin. There's something I've learned after turning 60, and maybe you've felt it too. You start realizing that your health is no longer just about numbers or checkups. It's about how you feel when you wake up in the morning. It's about how strong you feel when you stand, how steady your mind is throughout the day, and how much joy you can get from the simple things. And the foods we choose, they shape all of that. The 10 foods we talked about today: broccoli rabe, pecans, kale, plain full-fat Greek yogurt, canned salmon, eggs, extra virgin olive oil, chicken thighs, avocados, and wild-caught salmon, aren't just good for you. They're gentle, they're deeply nourishing, and they're exactly what your body needs now in this vibrant season of life. If you take away one thing from this video, let it be this. It's never too late to feel better in your own skin. You don't need perfect health to feel stronger. You don't need a fancy diet to eat smarter. You just need small, consistent choices served with care. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which one of these foods are you most excited to try? Or maybe there's one you already love that's made a real difference in your life. Leave a comment below. I read every single one, and I love hearing your stories.